Hi guys, welcome back with me on Shiftnel Official. By the way, how are you guys? I hope you always be okay. Without further ado, today I'll tell you about a film titled The Housemaid from 2025. The ending of this film is really plot-wise and unimaginable, so, if you enjoy this channel, as always, feel free to subscribe, so you won't miss any other interesting videos, from Shiftnel Official.
I've been looking too hard for a home on the deep. Thought it's too hard to reach. Heavy weight on my chest, only ever mine. Cause I'm finally learning.
The film begins with a girl named Millie who has just arrived at the house of a wealthy woman named Nina. Millie, who got the information from a Facebook job vacancy group, intends to apply for a job as a housemaid. Shortly after that, Nina immediately mentions several tasks that Millie has to do every day. Not only that, Millie is also advised to stay at the house so she can work on time. Feeling that everything is clear enough, Nina then takes Millie on a room tour.
It's the kitchen. No, he's in tech, but he pays incredible. Andrew says I'm totally gonna kill myself one day on these. Wow. It's basically Andrew's man.
The upper living room, which Andrew even made a little miniature version of our house.
So the laundry room is in the basement. You're gonna think it's a little bit, ta-da! You can make it your own.
Upon arriving at the attic room, Nina says that this room can be used by Millie to rest. Even though the place is quite enclosed, she guarantees that Millie will be comfortable sleeping here. After finishing the room tour, Millie agrees to work in this house. Feeling that everything has been settled, Nina immediately gives Millie some gas money and tells her that she can start working tomorrow.
She won't be in touch. Thing on that resume is a total lie.
Nina?
The next day, Millie is shocked when she sees the house in a complete mess, as if it had been torn apart by a rabid monkey. A moment later, Nina welcomes Millie and asks her to start working right away. She also apologizes because there was a big party last night. So on this first day, Millie will have to work extra as a way of getting used to the job. Later that night, Millie, who is still working, is surprised when she sees the arrival of Nina's husband and daughter. Nina then immediately introduces Millie to her family, explaining that Millie will now stay and work there as a housemaid. Hearing that, Nina's husband, Andrew, warmly welcomes Millie. Then, since it is already late at night, Millie is asked to stop working. A moment later, Nina suddenly comes in to give her some food. Not only that, Nina also gives Millie a bonus in the form of an iPhone 20 Pro phone, since she feels that Millie's performance has been quite satisfying. In the middle of her happiness, Millie expresses that she would like a window that can be opened so the room doesn't feel too stuffy. Hearing that, Nina says she will consider it together with Andrew. The next day, Millie, who had been sleeping soundly, suddenly panics when she realizes that she has overslept.
Nina! Where are they?
When she arrives in the kitchen, Millie is instantly shocked to see Nina throwing a tantrum like a crazy person. At that moment, Andrew asks what actually happened. While still raging, Nina says that Millie has thrown away her work documents. However, Millie explains that while cleaning, she didn't find any documents like the ones Nina mentioned. Thinking that his wife's condition is acting up again, Andrew tries to calm her down.
Just take a deep breath.
After Nina leaves, Andrew apologizes and explains that lately Nina has been under a lot of stress, which has made her mentally unstable. Hearing Andrew's very charismatic concern instantly makes Millie captivated by his handsomeness.
Let's hit the road!
Later that night, while Millie is cooking, Andrew approaches her again. Trying to hide her nervousness, Millie says that she is cooking steak. She becomes even more nervous when Andrew praises her cooking skills. Before going to sleep, Millie is seen stalking Andrew's Insta-Kilo account. And Millie is shocked when Andrew suddenly shows up bringing her a cake.
Cece insisted.
Tell me you don't love her. I can't keep sleeping.
Millie is so captivated that she even dreams of herself acting in a love scene titled, "My Boss Is So Hot."
Where are you going?
On Saturday, Nina gets annoyed when she sees Millie about to leave. However, Millie says that it is her day off as previously agreed, but Nina claims that she never gave a day off on Saturday. In the middle of their argument, Andrew, who overhears their conversation, immediately allows Millie to take the day off. Well, no wonder Millie becomes even more attracted to her boss. At that moment, Nina is annoyed and is forced to allow Millie to take a day off on Saturday.
Well, they really are beautiful.
Vintage, of course.
Millie.
Later that afternoon, Nina's mother-in-law, Evelyn, immediately scolds her daughter-in-law for hiring a girl with such poor appearance. Feeling that it is already too late, Evelyn only warns Millie to be more careful while working. After all, she does not want her favorite plates and glasses to get broken. At that moment, Evelyn is also happy when she sees the arrival of her beloved son. That night, Millie has trouble sleeping because the room feels stuffy, especially since the window in this room still cannot be opened. So she gathers the courage to sneak quietly into the living room.
Yeah, I know, I'm kind of letting it show.
But I remind you all not to lose focus. While Millie is watching a TV show, she is suddenly startled when Andrew catches her in the act. However, instead of getting angry, Andrew actually keeps her company and watches with her.
Man, my family would have killed. What about you? I'm sorry. You can be on our team.
Nina's parents don't make the cut.
What would be terrible?
Nina is instantly annoyed when she sees her husband sitting together with the maid. Not wanting any argument to happen, Andrew immediately excuses himself to go to sleep. A moment later, Millie is warned not to be disrespectful, especially by wearing sexy clothes in front of her husband.
I don't mean to be B-I-T-C-H.
The next day, Millie becomes curious about the conversation of the socialite ladies invited by Nina for a gathering. When Nina goes to the restroom, Millie is shocked as these women start gossiping about Nina. They say that Nina is suspected of having recurring severe madness, and that she is required to take medication regularly so her condition will not relapse. When Nina joins them again, as usual they laugh and chat together. Shortly after, when the house becomes quiet, Millie quickly checks her employer's bathroom. Millie is shocked when the gossip she heard turns out to be true. According to the internet, these medications must be taken regularly to suppress mental disorders. That night, Millie wakes up after hearing a loud commotion from her employer's room. Afraid that something has happened, she quickly goes to check. For some reason, Millie is shocked when she sees Nina holding broken glass until her hands are bleeding. In the middle of the shock, Andrew tries to calm his wife and asks Millie to return to her room. Long story short, Millie can only peek as she sees Nina leaving the city. Not only that, Millie also begins imagining a love scene, especially since Andrew is not going with her.
Sorry, shit.
Later in the afternoon, Andrew apologizes after accidentally seeing Millie wearing nothing but a towel. A moment later, Millie approaches Andrew to apologize because she should have been wearing clothes in the bathroom. Thinking it is not a problem, Andrew instead plans to invite Millie to watch Shiftnel Official at the cinema. Especially since he has no other plans tonight. Thinking it sounds good, Millie immediately agrees to Andrew's invitation. Moreover, Andrew allows Millie to wear one of his wife's dresses that is no longer used.
You're touching me.
Later that night, Andrew is amazed when he sees Millie's appearance, which does not look like that of a maid at all. Feeling that everything is ready, Andrew immediately invites Millie to leave.
Violet, blue, green.
Thanks for coming.
Other interesting videos from Shiftnel Official. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Long story short, Andrew then takes Millie to eat at a 7-star restaurant called Joni's Resto. When they arrive at Joni's Resto, Andrew suddenly opens up about his wife who often behaves like a crazy person. Let alone being intimate, Andrew instead ends up feeling stressed because of his wife's recurring outbursts. In the middle of their conversation, Millie, trying to lighten the mood, invites Andrew to dance.
Start to shine. Let the birds.
During that moment of closeness, Andrew suddenly suggests that they stay overnight at Hotel Bigo, saying that he is too drunk to drive. Hearing that instantly makes Millie happy.
They're not joining, but they're on the same floor.
However, for some reason, Andrew ends up booking 2 rooms, saying it is to avoid any rumors. But just as she is about to sleep, Millie suddenly panics when she receives a missed call and a message from Nina asking about her whereabouts. Millie's panic grows even worse when Nina threatens to fire her.
Hey. What's wrong?
She wants to destroy my life, and I don't.
In the middle of her panic, Millie begs Andrew not to fire her. Hearing that, Andrew promises that everything will be fine, saying that all the authority is not in his wife's hands. Then, in the heat of the moment, the devil's whispers grow stronger until they end up committing a sinful act. If you want to see that scene, just watch it yourself. The next day, Andrew cannot believe that he ended up being intimate with his own housemaid. However, Millie says that she has been waiting for this moment since the first time she saw Andrew. Then, afraid of being late, Andrew asks Millie to return home immediately.
Nina!
After arriving home, they feel relieved because Nina has not returned yet. Feeling that there is still time, Andrew, unable to resist, invites Millie to go at it once again.
Anybody home? Hi.
Hey, sweetheart.
Shortly after Nina returns home, she apologizes to Millie, saying that last night she had simply drunk too much and sent those messages carelessly. Feeling that there are no more problems, Andrew then invites Nina to eat together.
How was your night off?
A little while later, Nina asks Millie to go buy some supplies at Joni's Mart by using her car.
I had it all wrong. The whole fucking time she knew. What kind of bitch does something like that? Yeah?
Hands against the car, please.
However, on her way back from shopping, Millie is shocked when she is arrested by the police for allegedly driving a stolen car. A moment later, Andrew arrives to help Millie by explaining the actual sequence of events. In the end, Millie is finally released. After returning home, Andrew immediately asks Nina what she meant by accusing Millie of stealing her car. It turns out that Nina already knew that the previous night Andrew and Millie had checked into a hotel and had an affair without limits. In fact, since yesterday Nina had been secretly following wherever Millie and Andrew went. Even though he tries to deny it, Andrew cannot escape the truth, and now, feeling deeply ashamed, he can only drive Nina away.
Our house.
No!
Right after Nina leaves, Andrew immediately puts a cold compress on the bruise on Millie's cheek. He then says that from now on, Millie will replace Nina and live happily with him.
Beauty is power.
Beauty power. Truly delightful, without caring about the sin. Now Millie has officially become Andrew's partner. Suddenly, Millie is shocked when she sees a gardener named Enjo suddenly standing at the door. When Andrew arrives, he is also shocked to see his mother's favorite plate shattered into pieces. After hearing what happened, Andrew immediately scolds Enjo and fires him at the same time. Hearing that instantly makes Millie feel like a defended queen. Then Millie apologizes because she ended up breaking Andrew's favorite plate. Even though he is upset, Andrew asks Millie to collect all the broken pieces and clean them, because he wants to have them repaired by a ceramic craftsman. Like a queen in a kingdom, Millie cannot believe that she can experience such luxury in her life.
Welcome home.
The next day, Andrew is surprised when he finds the broken glass pieces still dirty. Millie says that she does not want to get hurt from washing the dirty shards. Besides, plates like that can just be bought again since we have plenty of money. Hearing Millie's explanation, Andrew plans to invite Millie to hang out together. Shortly after, when Millie wakes up, she is confused to find her room empty like an isolation chamber. Not stopping there, Millie becomes even more panicked when she realizes that she is trapped in this place.
Just not yet.
At that moment, Andrew says that he will set Millie free if she manages to fulfill his wish. So what exactly happened between them? Then we will see the moment right after Nina has been driven out by Andrew. Whether from stress or something else, Nina seems to feel relieved after finally separating from Andrew. Not only that, she immediately celebrates her solitude by getting drunk at a hotel.
Either way.
Nina then regrets that in the past she ever met Andrew and even accepted his proposal. Now we will see Nina's life before she married Andrew. At that time, Nina was one of the best students in her class. However, her life began to fall apart when she was taken advantage of by a lecturer who promised her a fake scholarship. Eventually, her first daughter, named Cece, was born. 1 year later, after being abandoned by the lecturer, Nina tries to support Cece by working as a secretary at Joni Corporation. During a company meeting, Nina meets Andrew, who is visiting as a guest at the company. At that moment, Andrew, who is fascinated, immediately introduces himself to Nina. Not long after, Nina becomes attracted to all of his kindness. 6 weeks later, even though he knows that Nina already has a child, Andrew still proposes to her. After 6 years of living together, Andrew, who really likes blonde-haired women, asks his wife to go to the salon because her natural hair color is starting to show. Hearing that, Nina immediately agrees to her husband's request. However, later that afternoon, Andrew becomes disappointed when he sees that his wife still has not fixed her hair. Then Andrew asks Nina to bring the documents that are in the attic room. Apparently, Andrew has a unique trait where he absolutely cannot tolerate disobedience. Nina is shocked that just because of the hair issue, Andrew is willing to lock her in this room. Then Andrew says that if Nina wants to get out, she must pull out 100 strands of her hair along with the roots. All of it is part of the punishment because she ignored her husband's order.
Babe?
Please!
Who was this man I married to deserve this?
After being locked up for the entire day, Nina, who is worried about her daughter's condition, is forced to follow Andrew's request. The next day, after receiving the hair, Andrew immediately frees Nina while giving her some drinking water.
Cece!
However, after meeting Cece, Nina suddenly experiences extreme dizziness. As time goes by, Nina, who often receives insane treatment from her husband, eventually has to undergo rehabilitation in a mental hospital. Eventually, she realizes that she must leave this house if she wants to live a normal life. In the end, having no other choice, Nina carries out her plan by hiring Millie as a maid. Nina is confident that Millie, who is beautiful and sexy, can attract Andrew's attention, so she will have a reason to leave the house. And as we know, after a few days of acting like a crazy wife, Nina's plan succeeds until she is driven out by Andrew, who is already choosing his next partner. Back to the present, Millie is seen trapped and trying to find a way out of this place. At that moment, Andrew says that he is disappointed with Millie for breaking his favorite plate. Not only that, Millie seems to have no respect for the plate that was given by his mother. Now Andrew asks Millie to make up for her mistake by scratching ceramic shards onto her body according to the number of broken pieces, which is 21 scratches. And if Millie manages to fulfill his request, Andrew promises that he will set her free.
All those years I persisted. But in the end, there's only one way.
In the middle of her confusion, Millie finds a knife and finally has a way to escape from this house. Meanwhile, on the other side, Nina, who is eating with Cece, begins talking about Millie's fate. Cece then says that her mother's actions are the same as sacrificing someone who only wanted to find a job. However, Nina says that she has already hidden a knife in the attic room. Back at the house, Andrew, feeling curious, checks on Millie's condition. When he looks inside, he is pleased to see that Millie has followed his orders. He then promises to give Millie anything she wants as long as she behaves well. But suddenly...
You asshole.
Call the cops, and you're gonna rot.
Millie finally manages to escape thanks to the knife that Nina had hidden. Afterwards, Millie, who is starving, quickly heads to the kitchen to find something to eat.
Since I left my saving guy, looking forward.
After satisfying her hunger, Millie comes up with an idea and plans to do something while bringing along Andrew's favorite furniture.
How happy I'd be to see my baby.
Hearing Millie's arrival, Andrew asks her to set him free. However, unbelievably, whether he used bandages or something else, the stab wound on his neck has suddenly dried up. To repay what he did, Millie says that if Andrew wants to get out, he must pull out his front teeth until they are gone using pliers. Millie also threatens that if Andrew does not follow her demand, she will destroy all of his favorite furniture.
Millie, stop it! Stop it right now! Stop it right now! Please, stop! Stop, Millie!
Not only that, while pouring a whole drum of gasoline, Millie directly threatens to burn the house down.
Okay, I'll do it.
Not wanting to die foolishly, Andrew finally agrees to do it. After making Andrew toothless, Millie, who is still not satisfied, says that she will return tomorrow. However, in the middle of the night, Nina, who feels pity, plans to save Millie without knowing that Millie has already turned the situation around. At that moment, Millie is surprised when she hears footsteps on the upper floor.
Millie, hey. Nina, what the fuck are you doing?
Nina, who knows nothing about what has happened, ends up freeing Andrew. In the middle of this tense situation, Millie tries to distract them.
What the? Millie!
Andrew instantly becomes even more furious when Millie disappears as fast as a panty thief. In the middle of his rising anger, Andrew then hears a noise coming from the upper floor.
Millie's gone.
A moment later, realizing that Millie no longer wants anything to do with him, Andrew innocently asks Nina to get back together with him. He promises that he will fix everything as long as Nina is willing to forget everything that has happened. Hearing Andrew's unreasonable words, Nina says that she would rather take care of monkeys than live with Andrew again.
Pleasure's all mine.
In the end, Andrew dies after being pushed by Millie from the upper floor. Seeing this, Nina plans to create an alibi by dropping a light bulb. She intends to give false testimony that Andrew died after falling while fixing the light bulb. Will Nina's alibi make sense? Shortly after, Nina undergoes an interrogation by a policewoman named Jessica. After hearing Nina's explanation, Jessica says that Nina's testimony sounds very far-fetched. Even the neighborhood security guard would not believe it. Just as Nina begins to panic, Jessica suddenly says that she is actually happy to hear about Andrew's death. It turns out that before Nina married Andrew, Jessica's sister had been one of the victims of Andrew's madness. Andrew, who comes from a crazy rich family, was considered untouchable by the law. She thanks Nina for getting rid of Andrew. Therefore, Jessica decides to help Nina by falsifying Andrew's death report.
The tragic passing of Andrew Wynn, respected business leader, devoted son, has left us all with a sense of shock. We struggle in these times to question God's power in times of...
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Shortly after the funeral ceremony, Nina apologizes for once sacrificing Millie to Andrew. As a sign of apology, she immediately gives Millie a check so she can start a business. After Nina leaves, Millie is stunned when she receives a check worth $100,000. Long story short, instead of starting a business, Millie ends up applying for a job somewhere else again. Then the homeowner named Choo Choo says that she will make Millie a substitute player. Her husband is considered extremely hard to satisfy, to the point that it leaves her hands bruised. Feeling that she might get a BDSM role, Millie immediately agrees without thinking twice. And that's the end of the film. So, how was this quite thrilling movie? There's probably nothing more that needs to be explained because everything is already clear. That's all for the review and discussion of the film The Housemaid 2025. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any other interesting videos from Shiftnel Official. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.